Whew. Alright, verse, I just got back from work. I'm tired as heck. But as soon as I got back and I was getting ready to settle, take it easy, get Pepsi, probably get a burrito, you know, enjoy the rest of my day, DC decided to drop the ClayFace trailer. And I'm like, work never stops. So, with that said though, verse, we're going to be reacting to the new trailer for ClayFace. I am intrigued about ClayFace because I never really would have thought that ClayFace would ever have a standalone movie. Honestly, there have been some characters that have gotten standalone movies that I've never really thought they would. But okay, I mean, here we are. So with that said though, verse, let's get to it. ClayFace official trailer. Here we go.
Show me. Show me.
All right.
What do you want, Miss Hagen?
I want my life back.
I know you. You're
Yeah,
famous.
right? Yep. ClayFace was an actor, right?
It's a tragedy what they did to him. Boo! I'd like to volunteer for human trials.
This isn't cosmetic surgery.
Oh, wow.
Even if he kills me,
Whoa.
I'm better off than I am now.
My face.
I'm okay.
You okay?
I'm okay. I feel great, actually.
I have no idea what side effects you'll have or how to treat them.
So he's trying a new experiment. Oh!
Sir, the seatbelt sign is on.
We're in unknown territory.
Yeah. No. Oh, the one had to be
What's happening to me?
If you're harboring feelings of anger, you need to let them go.
You want to know how I feel? The people I trusted betrayed me. The justice system failed me. They stole my career, my money, my life. I'm a monster.
Are we gonna see him into like the big mutated ClayFace? I want to see that. Hey, it's Pennywise. Oh, October, perfect. That is perfect timing for you to do that. Okay, great. ClayFace. All right, verse. My thoughts, verse, on the official trailer of ClayFace. I'm very intrigued, and I'm a little cautious too, because like I said, I never really would have thought ClayFace, one of Batman's villains, would ever get a standalone movie. And what I like about what I'm hearing about it, as well as what I've seen, which I'll get into in a bit, is the fact that it's going to be a horror film. I hope so. I will say maybe it's just a trailer, but it didn't really come off as much of a horror film to me. But then again, it's just a trailer, you know. I'm pretty sure there'll be plenty of surprises once the movie starts. I do hope that it is a bit of a horror trailer. Knowing the fact that they're releasing it in October, which is right around the corner, I'm actually really excited about. I think that's really cool. I know a little bit about ClayFace. I mean, I know a lot of Batman's villains, but I know that ClayFace was originally an actor. And if I remember correctly, I learned about him from the Batman animated series. He had a bit of an accident that turned him into clay, and he was kind of getting back at all these people. And one of the things that he was so desperate about was that he wanted his life back. He wanted to get back to how things were, but he just couldn't do it. And I remember Batman found out about him and tried to help him, but something happened where it just didn't work. I remember that. I know with ClayFace there have been many other stories with him in comic books as well as animated series, and also when it comes down to the video games. Like I remember ClayFace very well from the Arkham City video game of Batman. That was a really fun game. Other than that, I will also say that I do hope that maybe we'll get a cameo of Batman. There has been a lot of talk about who could possibly be Batman in James Gunn's DCU. I'm kind of curious to know who. I've been hearing a lot about the fact that it could be the actor who was in, who has been in that, Tom Richard, or what was it called? Tom Cruise played him. Jack Reacher, there you go, okay. It was Jack Reacher, sorry, I just got back from work, I'm tired. I heard that the actor who played Jack Reacher, not Tom Cruise, but the one who's been doing the show, which surprisingly, I will say is a really, really good show. I heard that he's gonna end up possibly being Batman for James Gunn DCU. And I will say, I like that idea if they actually end up casting him to be Batman. And then other than the casting and if Batman could possibly be here if they show Gotham City also, knowing the way how they're going to do it, Batman's probably going to pop up at the very end as a cameo of some sort. If they're actually willing to do that, that will make a lot of sense to do. I do hope so. But I also heard that James Gunn is doing a lot of other solo movies that has to do with some of Batman's sidekicks or even some of his villains. I know there's one movie coming out called The Dynamic Duo that has to do with Red Hood and Nightwing. Hello? Come on, James Gunn. I would love to do an audition at some point. And other than that, I also heard there was another movie that's going to be based off Bane and Deathstroke. I will say this, I hope not. I really hope not, because I feel like it's too early for that if there hasn't been a Batman even announced. Like, bring in Batman first, then bring in the villains if you're gonna do that. So the fact that they're doing ClayFace already, but no Batman, I find it to be very interesting. I think they want to try to pull, like, a Joker, right, where, like, he had his own thing without Batman really being mentioned until, like, the middle a little bit. And then it turns out that it was a really successful movie just because a lot of how the story was told. And here, maybe they're trying to do the same thing with ClayFace. It's very intriguing. But when it comes down to the trailer though, to just talk about that, I will say I like what I see here. I really like the fact that because it's ClayFace and he's trying to deal with him trying to be back to normal. I think it would have been better for me personally if he was just trying to figure out how to do it. But instead, from what you saw, it turns out that there's this girl, I don't know who she is, but she ends up giving a bit of an experiment. It works, and because it works, it actually fixes him as we see. And then you see that it's starting to kind of wear off to the point where you're seeing like bumps in his face, you're seeing like all these little lines on his eye. I'm like, ugh, I do not like seeing stuff like that. But regardless though, I am very intrigued. I think this will be a very exciting movie. It's kind of funny. We got Doomsday like what, yesterday or the day before? Yeah, 2 days as I'm making this video, and then now DC was like, release ClayFace, damn it. We're gonna show what we got here. And I do hope it's good. It's gonna be really good for DC to bring in a good movie after the failure of Supergirl. I will say, I was looking forward to Supergirl. I was one of those. I was disappointed. I did not like the direction that the writer took with this film, as well as the director with the tone of the film. That movie was just so disappointing. If you haven't seen it, check out my review on Supergirl. I went in on that film. But if this film comes out more than decent actually, and if it's good, oh man, that would be a great sign. And then I know that after ClayFace is supposed to be Superman Man of Tomorrow, so who knows, you know? I do hope that DC learned from the mistake from Supergirl and can backtrack and really rethink a lot of what they got going on, because I really do think they have to. I like the fact that James Gunn is taking risks and is trying out different things with certain characters. That's fine. I think it's fine to change it up a little bit here and there. But just make sure you pick characters that are interesting, and most importantly, that you pick writers who actually know what they're doing. Please, James Gunn, please, okay? Just don't repeat Supergirl, please. Other than that though, verse, thank you very much for watching. If you guys like what you saw, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification for more content as always. Look forward to the next video, verse, and with that said, I'll see you next time. Later, verse.